Welcome to Positively Governmental with Dave and Wade, but Wade's not here, so it's just Dave tonight. Had a long P&Z meeting. Wade is en route home, and I'm going to just take a few minutes to update you on what's on the council meeting agenda for next week, and probably be about 5 or 10 minutes here. The mayor is doing a presentation on subsurface draining analysis and storm drain evaluation plan. So apparently, there's something coming from the mayor about fixing some drainage. We've allocated $2.4 million to these efforts and have offered more capital funds if we need it. The mayor has agreed to increase the budget for drainage improvements this year from his requested $300,000 to $2.4 million. Hopefully this is in response to the council's desire to go ahead and take care of drainage and make it a priority. Not been given a clue as to what that's about, but I'm sure we'll find out next Tuesday night. On the agenda, pretty light agenda, nothing in zoning. We have an ordinance to amend the public comment section. Basically, it's only to change how you can make a comment at the end of the meeting. At the end of a council meeting, you can do a up to 3-minute speech or a public comment about things not on the agenda. And currently, you have to be there at the beginning of the meeting to register for that. This just opens up to let you email or stop by IBTS earlier in the week and say, hey, I want to speak, and you can fill out a card then, or just mention it in an email, and you can be qualified to speak that night after the meeting, even if you show up late. An ordinance to amend the fiscal year budget for half-cent sales tax. Let's see. We're appropriating $9,500 for the engineering services for a turn lane on Gurney Road between Jewar and Sullivan Roads. The issue is that since the schools were built on the Jackson property, the middle and intermediate school, it's right here just north of where I live. It's in my district, and mornings and afternoons with carpool lanes, etc. It wasn't as bad this last year because of COVID and school not being as intensely attended. But normally, it's that traffic circle's a problem, and we are increasing our development along Sullivan Road. And in order to take the congestion off of that traffic circle at Sullivan, a right turn lane in front of where the central private building is, a central private school is going to be, will be right in, right out only, assuming the engineers agree. It will keep left turns from Gurney going toward Jor on into the school site to be. It'll make it so that they don't back up trying to cross traffic. If it's right in, right out only, they can zip down to the traffic circle, make the quick turnaround, and be in the turn lane to get into the school. This is more about the turn lane than anything else. And as we develop as a city, anything happens north of Jor Road, north of Sullivan Road, or north of Gurney on Jor or Sullivan, continues to increase the traffic at these circles. And this is just one more way that we can take the stress off of these traffic circles and stop letting them be parking lots in the mornings and the afternoons. A resolution to appoint Reserve Officer Charles Whidden. It's the council's statutory obligation to be the employer of record. So I know that Chief always makes good appointments, and I'm not saying we're just signing off on his appointments, but he's shown himself to do this research and have good people. So it's a privilege to be able to bring these people in to serve at the city. Appreciate all that they do. We had one other item. There's been a lot of, and again, this is my district. This is kind of District 3 night, I guess. There's been a lot of flooding issues, water retention issues along Gurney Road near the old Central Private, or the current Central Private location, that bayou, that lateral that comes down north to south there. And also in the east end of Willowwood subdivision. All of that flows into an area south of those homes that eventually crosses the oil field road. If you're not familiar, if you went about 2/3 of the way up Jor from Hooper, on your left before you get to the traffic circle, there is a gravel raised road that goes probably several thousand yards back into those empty fields back there, and there's an oil well back there. And I know that people in that area have been happy to take those oil well revenues, but it's also created somewhat of a dam across that property, which is causing water to be held on the north side of that road. If you go out during a heavy rain, you'll see that there's a differential of as much as a half a foot between what's on the north side of the road to the south side, and it's due to a lack of culverts in that road. We inherited that from from the time we became a city, and hasn't really been addressed. We had the offsite drainage assessment done. Councilman Evans and then myself requested it. It was done and completed just a couple of days ago. And that's the computer modeling that Shinover Sanji does for us with the program that we had them write for us. And it shows what an area looks like with and without certain structures. So what they did here is they said, hey, let me do a 25, 50, and 100-year rain event and show you what happens now. And they can show you how much water inundation there is in the neighborhoods and the streets, etc., north of that road. And then by computer magic, they take the road out. They just completely take out that road. It's all done with LiDAR data, and they have all the topography in the computer. So they can remove that road and show what would happen with no road there. That oil well road did not exist. You have a 2 to 6 inch lowering of the water levels north of the road. And the raising of the water level south of the road doesn't even get as far as the neighborhood south of there. It has a little bit of raising right in those open fields, but by the time it gets down near Hooper, it's back to where it was. So the negative impacts downstream are non-existent according to this study, or non-existent to where we have homes built. And the positives for those living on the north side of that road are big. So this is a preliminary look at it. And I'm not an engineer. We'll wait for Shinover Sanji to interpret this for us, but that's how it looks. It looks like we have some benefits in approaching this oil well company and saying, look, could just put some more culverts under the road for us. We'd certainly have to get Shinover Sanji to make the recommendation of how many culverts and what size and what locations. And that's, again, part of what this computer program can do. You don't take the road out. You just add enough culverts to allow that water not to pool on the north side. So it was easy to be positive tonight and not combative because I'm the only one on the live stream. So welcome to Positively Governmental. Hope I've helped you get ready for Tuesday council meeting. And we will sign off, and Wade will be joining us again next week. So we'll see you at council on Tuesday night. Good night.